which quarterback should Kyle Shanahan start against the Arizona Cardinals and why?
This one all goes back to if Garoppolo is fully healthy, I probably would start Garoppolo if he's fully healthy. That's just me basing my opinion off of what we've seen with the offense with both these guys in the game
Okay.
and whatnot, and kind of where I think Shanahan wants to go. But I will say that if Garoppolo is not fully healthy, then he should not be put in the game. It would be similar to the Miami situation last year. If he cannot go out and function at the best of his ability, then keep him off the field. Go ahead and let Trey Lance play this game. And if Lance goes out and plays the way that they expect him to, as if a guy that they took at number 3, then that changes how you go through the rest of the season. We've talked all along that the way that this is going to happen, either Garoppolo's got to play really bad or he's got to be hurt. If he's hurt, opens the door. And if he goes out there and just completely tanks it, then you make a change. You go back to him after the bye because you can say he's had a couple of weeks off.
It's a tough one because I really thought he played really well against the Packers, especially after watching it on film, taking the stats out of it. Thought he played his ass off against the Packers. One of his best performances ever, considering where he's at in his career. Mm-hmm. But then against the Seahawks, man, if I didn't know that he was hurt, I thought he deserved to get benched. I think he was awful after the first drive. Now, if he was hurt and that explains it, and he could come back and be 100% healthy this week, then I get you. I don't necessarily agree with it. I would have been starting Trey the whole way. But I see where you're coming from. I do. I just feel like there's no way he's 100% healthy this week. Like what Kyle is saying essentially is like, if he can gut it out, I want him to. If it's a little bit better by Wednesday, he should be able to make enough progress to gut it out like a starting quarterback would. Nah, dude, no. I don't want 75% Jimmy starting against Arizona. I don't want 90% Jimmy starting against Arizona because that is a ferocious pass rush, and he can't move theoretically. I mean, he'll be less mobile theoretically if he has a calf injury that he's got. No, dude. No, I don't like that at all. No, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, and I know where you're coming from. I mean, in some ways, but that first series was really good. He kind of had, then he had the really bad interception, and then they had the really nice drive that ended up in the missed field goal. And I think on that drive you had the sack that really killed it, right? Mm-hmm. It killed that possession. They had it second and short, I think it was, or second and 8 or something like that, and he gets sacked on a ball that it's just a bad. It's a bad the way the play just didn't work out the way that it was designed, and he gets sacked, and now he gets pushed back and what have you. So, who knows? I mean, he's a guy who we've seen play up and down throughout the course of a game. He'd started out hot, and who knows what he would have done in the second half. I would have felt more comfortable with him in the second half coming out, especially getting the ball. So who knows where they are if he plays in the second half of that game. But I agree with you. I mean, just the numbers show it. The numbers show that he was really good at the beginning, and he fell off. He was, I think, 8 of 17 after that point for the rest of the half. So the numbers show that he wasn't playing at quite the high level. And I don't know if we have a topic here to talk about how they part of like what led to that loss, but we'll get to it.
Yeah. Look, it seems to me that the offense with Jimmy Garoppolo, we've seen it for 4 games, and it has a structure. He can function in the offense much better than Trey Lance. I mean, he goes with the ball where it should go on time most of the time, and the structure of this offense is just mediocre, and it's not necessarily his fault. But there's nothing he can do to overcome the mediocreness of this offense that Kyle Shanahan has constructed.
Sure.
Lance, when he's on the field, is just chaos, of course. But his chaos is effective. They move the ball. He doesn't turn it over. And to me, I think we've been saying this for a while, the offense would need to be much more effective. The offense, not Jimmy. The offense needs to be more effective with Jimmy on the field than with Lance on the field to justify not putting Lance out there, because there is something to be gained from him getting experience. And if he's costing you wins that you would otherwise get with Jimmy Garoppolo, by all means, play Jimmy. But I still haven't seen the evidence that that's happening yet. And I think if the Niners had started Trey from week 1, there's a good chance they'd still be 2-2 right now, which is my problem with starting Jimmy Garoppolo anymore this year.
Yep. I mean, I don't totally. I'm in the boat of where I can agree with you and disagree with you.
I'm not trying to change Jack's mind here. We're just trying to express both sides of the coin.